Topic.
I can't wait to hear what you have
coined
to say.
this.
We're gonna dig so far into the psyche and heart of Christian in this one. There might be nothing left after it.
Oh, they're already.
You might be dead.
is.
They're already nothing. Yeah, it's already gone.
So,
Get the shovel.
we've got the collecting curse
Yeah.
is our topic.
Oh,
He had to
like,
cross his leg for this one. That's how.
Like,
are you saying?
serious.
Are you? I'm gonna have to cross my legs.
Dude, you
So, are
fucking
you
copycat.
Are you saying like?
Oh, everybody's getting comfortable now.
Indian
so-
style.
Buckle up. This is going to be a long ride.
Are you saying like
Yep.
if I were to just become obsessed with collecting something?
Sure.
It
Yep.
doesn't matter what it could be.
Yeah.
Not quite, but we want to
No,
go to
no, no.
back in the day too.
Not
to
like
what-
if you could collect something,
So
what
it
would
could
you
be-
collect is not the question. The question is,
Pogs.
how are you about
Fox.
collecting
Crazy Bones.
Yeah.
like
Lamb tails.
so like
Tech Deck
a
dudes.
perfect dude, a
that's
perfect
so
example
good.
of this
Mighty Beans.
thing. All these magazines right here,
Terrace.
all these magazines are mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been collecting these magazines for forever. Like halfway through Nintendo Power's like life, I started collecting
Kiss them
Nintendo
goodbye.
Powers.
I'm about to
So like
burn
that.
after this podcast.
So
Mighty
like
Beans.
all these like
I'm sold.
all these figures and stuff like
Yeah.
that Zelda figure stuff. Collect a bunch of figures. The Disney Infinities that are all on that wall right there, those are all mine. Like almost every Lego Dimension, all these rare like Super Nintendo cards, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Blu-rays, comic books, trading cards,
So what, you're
Pokemon
saying,
cards.
so what you're saying is just
vinyl.
collecting in general is a curse.
We're saying
Yeah.
zero self-control.
Whereas like I go into the store and I see this thing and I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool for the collection. I just want that to
Mighty
put on my
Beans.
shelf.
Yeah.
And I spend $50 on a piece of rare vinyl that looks really cool. Get it, stick it in the rest of my vinyl box. Never play it. Never seen from again.
Okay.
$50 down the drain. So to
where's
me,
this question going?
it's not a question. It's just what has been your experience with collecting
what is
in
my
general?
experience with-
Yeah, like have you ever like been collecting something and you like hit a point where you're like, crap, I shouldn't be like spending my money on this.
I
Like, have
remember
better stuff to spend my money
specifically.
on.
I wanted the blue Frankenstein Tech Deck dude when I was in the 4th grade.
To match your blue Mighty Bean.
Yeah, well, actually, Mighty Beans came
And
along later on.
your blue
It was like
Pogs?
5th grade, I think.
Okay.
But anyways, so I really wanted that Frankenstein blue Tech Deck dude from this kid. I went home that night. I grabbed an entire jar of pennies. Okay, I sat there. I counted them all out. I didn't have little paper rolls to put them in, so I literally took this jar to this kid, handed it to him, and I was like, "Here's your money for your damn Tech Deck, dude.
How many pennies did it
Now
cost
give
you?
it to me." And then he was just like, "Okay." And like to this day, I don't know why he like took that,
Yeah.
but I got the blue Frankenstein Tech Deck dude. Actually, I'll bring it on the show one day.
Nice, you still have it?
So yeah, I'm
So
sure.
did
I
you
do.
collect Tech Deck dudes?
Yeah, I mean, didn't you?
No.
I wanted to,
never
but I
allowed
never
to.
got into it. Yeah.
Really? You know who did? D Money. He collected Tech
D
Deck
Money.
dudes.
All right, we're gonna have to get D Money
I
out
don't
for the
even know
Tech
who the
Deck
fuck
dude.
that is.
Tech Deck dude
side
review.
one for Dominic.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
was that Dominic?
remember the
Dominic.
little thumb guys that like
Yeah,
sat in the
and
I know
skateboards?
what they are. I just
Yeah.
never collected them.
And did you ever have the ramps or anything?
Barney, Julio, you know,
I'm not into Tech Deck lore, but you're kind of convincing me.
all right.
Is that it? That's
yeah.
the only thing you've ever collected
No,
over your entire
I mean,
life?
like I've collected a lot of things. I mean, just like looking back on.
All right, let me twist this for you, okay? Amiibos. Amiibos are a bad one.
Yeah,
Especially with
Amiibos
us.
was actually really bad.
Did you actually get into
I got
Amiibos,
like
though?
probably the majority of Wave 1, except for like,
Marth Villager, Wii Fit Trainer.
yeah, I was
The
like,
Holy Trinity.
no, I
Did Wii Fit
actually
not
have
matter?
Wii Fit Trainer.
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't get Villager. I didn't get Marth. Although I had 100 opportunities to get Marth.
Marth.
I saw him all the time after I stopped collecting Amiibos. Never bought him.
Yeah.
But no, Amiibos was really bad, and the reason for why they were bad is because, for one, they're extremely expensive. I mean, like, you know, growing up, I would used to buy Star Wars action figures all the time because that's what I thought was cool to collect.
Yeah.
Star Wars action figures at most $5. You know what I mean? Like growing
Yeah, it wasn't
up,
bad.
It was not nearly what they are now. Like
They easily doubled in price.
yeah,
Potentially
what
triple.
are Amiibos on average still $12?
Yeah,
Yeah.
$13, something like that. Yeah, $12.99.
You go to Toys R Us for $13.99.
It's ridiculous.
But they also run them crazy deals.
okay.
And they
That's
also have
one
stock.
thing. Two,
Because nobody's buying them. at
just
that price.
just the rarity, like in order to be able to collect and to complete your collection, you know, is ridiculous because like some of them are impossible to find. Villager, I really wanted Villager for the longest time. I remember I had one opportunity to get it, but a kid really wanted it, so I gave it to that kid instead at where I work.
beautiful.
God, you're such
story.
a nice guy.
I know, too nice sometimes, but
That's what they say.
but no,
Dude, I
seriously,
bet that kid
Ladies.
probably sold it too. The kid probably doesn't even have it anymore.
yeah,
He's
I know.
probably a scalper.
Yeah,
Dude,
he probably
what a
did.
piece of shit.
That's what I'm saying.
God, dude.
Yeah.
But no, it's just
Should've
like
kicked him
looking
in the
back on
face.
it now. It's just like what a pointless thing to collect too. Because now I don't even have a Wii U anymore, so I can't use it for that. I don't have a Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
yet. I guess I don't know. These
Do they
guys
look nice
are
on your
saying-
shelf?
Are they,
No, not
are
really.
They
They're
MIB
literally
or
they're literally
opened?
boxed up.
Oh, still boxed.
And yeah, they're all literally in the packaging still, tucked away. All of Wave 1. So if Wave 1 is...
Yeah, Link is. Link you can
Yeah,
sell
you
for
got
like
Link.
45
Really?
bucks.
Link? For real?
Get him out of
All
here.
right, well.
Because of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, rejuvenated,
All right, well, I'm going to have to be sure to go home and destroy...
Kirby, do you have Kirby?
destroy.
All
Do
of
you just
them.
have Kirby in the box?
Yeah.
Worth tons of money.
Well, that's good enough.
Original Mario,
OG
worth some money.
Mario?
Yeah, dude, you're sitting on some money, so
But yeah,
Small
no,
fortune.
I have
be
all,
a, be
I
a
have
shitty
all of
person,
them.
scalp them.
I have all of them, and I have like some of the Super Mario Party ones.
Yeah, those aren't worth anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those out of here.
because
You can
they
stomp
probably
on
still
those.
sell those. I'm assuming.
Maybe
yeah,
the second
they're,
one.
they're just not hard to find.
But yeah, no, they're all in
I
OG
don't want
packaging
them.
and everything like that. Mint
Yeah,
in the
dude.
MIB, mint in the box.
Now,
yeah.
do you have an eBay account or anything you want to give to the viewers in case they're looking?
No, I'm not gonna sell them. They're
Put 'em up on
packaged
the
away.
offer up.
But you know, and that, and then like it was a little bit different too, being a kid and collecting things because
I think it's only gotten worse for me, honestly.
It has.
no,
Yeah.
Growing
I
up,
think
it definitely
well
has.
for
having
one,
my own disposable
Okay.
income.
Yeah.
yeah,
kills it.
obviously not your money when you're a kid, right?
Right.
So it's a little bit different. Two, you know, I didn't give a shit about like keeping all my collection in pristine condition and keeping things in the packaging. Whereas now I look at it as like a way, you know, like a way to measure its value. Like, you know, if you keep it in the packaging, it's going to be obviously worth more in the future. You know, like, whereas when I was a kid, I was just like, I don't care. I just want to play with this
Rip
thing.
it
I want to
open.
get my enjoyment
Right.
out of it. So, yeah.
Which is
and-
arguably the better way to do it.
I would agree.
Yeah.
You know, because like you're
And I
getting
even
your
know-
enjoyment, like you spent your money and you're like actually using it as it was intended. You're having fun. You're making memories. All this stuff for the $5 that you paid for. That's awesome. Or you pay $5, stick it on a shelf, and never look at it again.
yeah, like,
You know,
pop figures, you know. Like, talk about
Oh,
pointless thing
let's
to
talk
collect.
about pop.
pop
figures.
figures. Let's talk about pop figures. I have way too many pop figures. It used to be way worse until I ran out of money and had to sell a bunch of them. I think I've sold maybe like
Was it heartbreaking to sell?
$500 worth. Some of them were. I had like super rare Jake or Finn from Adventure Time.
Yeah.
With a sword. It's like a convention exclusive. It was him, and he's got like his legendary sword with him and stuff. That one was super hard to find. Got it from some dude in Australia. Paid like $20 US for it. Looked it up like 2 weeks later. It was going for like 130.
Yeah, that's good though.
And so it's like, but I bought it from some random dude in Australia on an Australian website. Got it shipped to my house, and I got it, and like it was awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I've got another one from regular show. The main dude Benson. He's got like gumballs inside of his. He's a gumball machine,
Okay.
and he's got like
Oh, I
little
remember
plastic
that
balls
one,
that are
yeah.
inside of his head.
Yeah.
Sells for like $250, like super
Wow.
impossible to find.
You still have
but I
him?
have him. I still have him, and I think I only paid maybe like I think I paid MSRP for him on eBay, like right when he had come out, and so he was like
Not bad.
it was maybe like $17.99 or something, so a little bit of an upcharge. There was like White Raven from Teen Titans, the white Hot Topic exclusive one. I sold that one for like $120, but paid the $12.50 for it MSRP. So like pop figures are like crazy, and I used.
But let's
I
talk
used to have
about
tons of them.
useless things to collect
But-
pop figures.
They 100%
that's the problem.
are, but I still love them because they represent all the characters that I love. So it's like I have almost all the Batman ones. Maggie has every Harley Quinn one. And it's like, these are these characters we love. Like, I just love having this stuff. Like, if they made Legend of Zelda ones, you know I'll buy them. If they make any Nintendo ones, I'll buy
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, anything like that. And I just, like, I like the way they look. I like the way they stack in the box. I just have them all, like, in this nice, like, pillar.
So you don't take them out of the
type thing.
packaging?
No, I keep them boxed. Some of them I take out. Like, I got one from L from Death Note that I just
Yeah.
bought today, actually. It's
That's
a Hot Topic
cool.
exclusive. It's L
Yeah.
eating a piece of cake.
Do they have Ryuki?
Literally,
He exists, but they didn't have
literally
him there.
the only ones I ever bought: C-3PO, R2-D2,
Why?
because I just wanted them on my.
Like, those two, I wouldn't care at all about. I would see those and I would just throw them in.
I only have
no,
two,
the
too.
reason
Don't
why
even care.
is because I just wanted them right there in my car dash,
Yep, and you like Star Wars.
and I put them right there for the longest time. They were on my car dash,
Mm-hmm.
and
Where are they now?
now they're in the trash. So,
Oh.
Car dash to trash.
car dash to trash.
But it's like, but
No,
you
I'm
got,
just
but
kidding.
you got
I
those,
still have 'em. I
But you
still
got
have 'em.
those because they were Star Wars, and you like Star Wars.
Well,
and you thought it was
honestly,
cool.
like I didn't really care about any of the other characters. I just bought those because two characters that are awesome. that-
right, and you resonate with, and you like them. Because to me, I really don't care about Star Wars. I like Star Wars, but it's like I don't need to spend any money on Star Wars outside of the ticket to go see the movie. Like that's it.
That's it.
And so it's like all this
Battlefield
merchandise, all this
2.
extra stuff. It's like I don't really care.
It's just like the difference between pop figures and like Star Wars action figures growing up. Like,
And
you
rocks.
can't play with pop figures. What do you do? Like, as a kid, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at pop figure. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? It's just a bobblehead. It's a
You use
novelty.
your imagination.
You can't just like go and like it's not opposable. Yeah, no, it's stupid. Like, I'd rather have Star Wars action figures. You know what I mean? Like, there's literally nothing you can do with pop figures.
Sure.
Aside just look at them.
Yep, and I think that's exactly what they were meant to be, though, is that they weren't meant to be a toy. They
fill
were
in
meant
those
to be a
gaps.
collectible.
Snuffleupagus, Big Bird.
Yeah,
ever see
like the
those?
point is
Yeah.
that they are a collectible, not necessarily a toy to be played
What's
with.
what's
so.
some other useless things that we collected as kids?
Crazy Bumps?
Oh, as kids, I don't know, but
Crazy
collect
Bumps.
now, comic
Jam-packed
books,
this.
Pokemon cards.
well, you
movies,
can
all
read. You
that's-
can read comic
all
books.
that's useless. But I read it. It takes me maybe 8 minutes to read through one. Now what do I gotta do? Now I gotta find somewhere to store it. Now I gotta buy a bag and a board to put it in. I gotta do all this stuff
Yeah,
to
but-
maintain it and take care of it. To read it one time, and I'm never gonna
At
read
least you
it
got
again.
that enjoyment out of it. Whereas, what? Oh, can you read a pop figure?
No, but I have
You
the
can read the
enjoyment.
warning.
But I have the enjoyment of this cool looking figure of
You can
representing
read the
something I
warning
like
label.
and putting it
Label.
on my dashboard and making it look cool.
Speaking of dashboards, though, do you remember Zach's dashboard?
Yeah,
Just had
I do.
stuff
And he had
all
the
over.
all the
All
Mario Kart
toys
stuff.
everywhere.
Yeah, that was really cool.
McDonald's toys
Um,
and stuff.
All that stuff.
So like I don't know, but it's like how bad has your collecting? Because I don't think you're that bad of a collector just from like
No, I'm
seeing
not.
it.
Not anymore.
It's like
I don't waste my money on collecting.
Let me tell you
anything,
something.
period. I did collect N64 games. I collected NES games. I collected SNES games.
yep,
That got
I was
pretty
there.
bad.
That got really bad for me too.
Yeah.
and then I eventually kicked that habit.
Because
Of the retro
honestly,
games.
I realized like how much money I'm gonna have to spend in order to get this entire collection.
Yep.
And
Oh my God, were you trying for an entire collection?
No,
of-
I was trying for an entire collection of N64. I knew
Oh,
NES
God.
and SNES was impossible.
Yeah,
But
I think
we can start it
N64
back
had the
up.
least amount though. So that
Yeah,
was a
that's
good one to
why.
go. And
It
then
was,
NES had the second least, and then Super Nintendo had the most.
there were still a lot of games out there that I wanted that
Mm-hmm.
and like I still have my collection, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like how often I'm just like tempted to just sell them all because like
Yep.
it's just like knowing you're
I
just
face
sitting on
that
top
every
of
single
all
day.
that money.
Yep, and that's the thing is like that's what I did. Like my Blu-ray collection used to be these two massive floor-to-ceiling shelves of just Blu-rays everywhere. Now I think I have like 3 shelves
Why,
filled
you
up
sell
with
them all?
Blu-rays because I've sold them all, and this is all like within the past like 2 months. I've just sold them all, just taken them all to the exchange, just been like here you go, like take them, and they're like, oh cool, we can give you $200 in-store credit or 100 cash, and I'm like, I'm so tight for money right now, like I just want, and I don't want them in my house, I just want 100 cash. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But it's
How
like
much
they're
money did you spend on them?
What? Oh, probably way more than that. But actually,
Oh, yeah.
prob-
Probably had an
probably
extra
not.
$20
I bet a
a
bunch
piece.
of them. And a lot of them weren't like that. A lot of them I bought from the exchange already for like $5. A lot of them I got on Black Friday, like for really good deals. Like I did really well with the hunting on them and stuff. But it's like still like some of them I knew were worth money. Like I had the original like Ninja Turtles cartoon, all 9 seasons of it in the turtle van, and like it was super cool, like a super cool collectible
Did
thing.
you sell that?
Sold that. Had the James
Whoa.
Bond
I know.
Bond 50 collection. It had every James Bond movie in it from the first one all the way to
Now I bet you
Skyfall.
regret that.
It was awesome. Sold
I told
that.
him that he's gonna regret it.
Yeah, and I do 100%. And I regretted it even as I was selling it, where I could have pulled the trigger, stopped it, and kept them. But the thing is, like, it's like one. Well, I needed money because GameStop's not really paying the bills, so like I was kind of between a rock and a hard place on keeping it or not. But then it's like I asked myself this. When was the last time I ever watched any of those James Bond movies? Never. When was the last time I
Exactly.
watched?
All I wanna
so
say is
now
this.
you never can.
The option is no longer there.
Who cares?
Honestly, if I were
All
to collect
these-
anything, I think honestly collecting movies would be a cool thing to collect.
Yeah, so I'll
I
take
think
a
that's
picture
like
of
the most
Like
Maggie's.
movies
worthwhile
on
thing.
Cody?
Because what?
No, I'm joking.
All right, so no, like that's the most worthwhile thing, and the reason for that is because movies are timeless, right? Like
Some of them are,
I
sure.
play like NES games now, and I'm just like, fuck, dude, I can't believe.
It's so dated.
Yeah, I can't believe I played this as a kid. You know, like this looks so bad. This is such terrible gameplay, controls, everything. You know, there's some games that hold true to like time, but no, like I can go back and I can watch a movie from the '80s, no problem. Like it still has that charm. It has that '80s charm, and I get appreciation from that.
Yeah.
Whereas you're playing an old video game or something like that, and it's just like, okay, this is old. Like this, I can't even do anything with this anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's like where movies and like video games, like that's why I'm saying like
diverge.
movies are the one thing I would maybe collect if I were to collect anything.
But
But I already have so many DVDs, I just can't see myself getting the Blu-ray.
Yep, and see, and the thing is, Maggie, I'll take a picture. She's got of these shelves. She has 6 or 7 of them just lining her living room, floor to ceiling shelves of just DVDs. She has, I think last time we counted, maybe like 1,200 DVDs and Blu-rays like all together. But that again, that's what her life is like these movies, and she's going to school for film, like learning film editing and stuff like that. So, like obviously that's one thing she collects and she loves it. And every time a new movie comes out, she's like when we go to see like every movie in theaters, like we just went and saw Baywatch in theaters, and like right before that we went and saw like something else. You know what I mean? We do the movie thing with Supergen all the time. Like movies are like her huge thing, and she collects it and she loves it.
Did she see Power Rangers?
Huh?
Did she see Power Rangers?
We went
10 out of
later.
10?
We didn't go with you guys. Yeah, we went later.
10 out of 10.
But it's like, so she can collect that and be fine. But she's also into comic books. She's also into video games and stuff like that. But she doesn't collect like I do, where I'll go somewhere and I'll like go to a comic book store, which I haven't been to a comic book store in like 8 months, and it's killing me. And like I really, really miss that, because that I would say is probably like my one true love.
Like, it's been like 8 months. 4
yeah,
days,
I know, dude. Like
3
I'm
hours.
scratching myself. Like I'm like trying to get it ready, you know. Yeah. But it's like, that's probably my one true love is comic book, like Batman, like superheroes, like that's kind of stuff. I adore that, like even more than video games, like more than anything, like those characters and those worlds. That's what I like, and so it's really sad that I can't like keep doing that. And that's kind of where this topic came from, is that lately I've been having like toned down a lot of the collecting, where it would be like, oh cool, I just got paid, I got a paycheck, I don't need to save for anything, let's just go to the comic book store.
Well, and you got rid of all your Switch games too, when I was like, you were starting this nice library, and it's like, oh, you traded all those
only a couple of them. I only got rid of like 2 of them. I got rid of Bomberman and Has-Been Heroes.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever, but the other ones I still have, and a lot of them are digital. But it's like, so there's that.
Can't get rid of those.
And like you were saying, like the whole like retro video game collection stuff, I did sell all of mine off. I had like Conker's Bad Fur Day, I had Mega Man X, Mega Man X2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo. I had that same game for the Genesis in the box, every manual, everything. Sold all of that. Like I sold everything. Sold the systems. Got all that out of here. And like
sold your systems?
Oh yeah.
I know.
I can't do that.
Beginner's mistake right there.
Yeah, all I have left is GameCube, Wii.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about this.
Yep, I have GameCube, Wii, PS4.
I have
and,
NES,
stuff like that.
Just so you guys know, NES, SNES. I have N64, GameCube. I got the Wii. I don't have the Wii U.
Oh.
So I did have one, and then I sold it. So
hey,
same thing.
See?
But you know what? Wii U, it's
not the
worthless.
Best. But that's kind of what I'm saying. So it's like, but I look at it and I'm just like, oh my god. And like I was cleaning out my basement in my room, and I was looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, why do I have so much shit just piled up here? And it's figures, and it's Legos, and it's like all these long boxes of comic books and all this stuff. I haven't sold like a lot of the little stuff, but it's like I looked at these magazines. These magazines were taking up like this huge spot in my room, and I was just like, oh my, like look at all these. Why do I keep these? Like I haven't read through one of these in so long. I need to just throw them away. But it's like, but I can't.
Don't do it.
Like I can't get rid of it.
Don't do
and
it.
So it's
You
like
can store
selling
them
the
here.
movies and stuff. But and it's like that's what I wanted to say with like selling my stuff at the exchange. When like the guy offered me, I took in, I don't know, had to have been like maybe 50 Blu-rays. And the guy offers me, he's like, yeah, I can give you 200 store credit or 100 in cash. Like that 200 store credit, like I've been talking about, how long have I been talking about wanting to get an Xbox One? Getting an Xbox 360 to replay Dead Space, to buy the old consoles back, to start collecting retro games and stuff again. Like there would have been a time where I'd taken that 200 and I'm like, awesome, I'm blowing it right now, like without a second thought. But now I'm like, oh man, well now I gotta take the $100 of the lesser value, you know? And like, cause I have to like buy other like important things, or like I need money or like whatever. And it's like, so this whole collection has just been dwindled down to like the bare essentials now.
The bare bones.
Yeah, because I just like need the money or whatever. So it's like
link to Bare Bones below.
Right.
Not really though.
Great band. So it's like, I don't know. So that's just kind of where like this topic came from, was like, yeah, this collecting, like this almost is a curse, because it's like, think about all the money that I spent to get all this stuff.
Yeah.
And what I sold it for doesn't even come close to what I spent on it. And it's like, imagine if I just didn't care about collecting, because I look at so many of my other friends and they're just like, yeah, I don't know like why you have all those comic books, and like how do you have that many movies? Like that's crazy. I maybe have like 4 DVDs. Like,
Well,
oh, you
you
have
have
all
to-
these video games? That's crazy.
I
like
think the thing that you have to do in order to break this habit is to just sell everything.
Everything.
But obviously you don't want to do that.
Right.
B, pay for a storage unit and throw everything in there, lock it, don't touch it. Like it's like a safe. You know?
Now,
It's
the
like,
crazy thing is going to be that I can't afford the storage unit, but I'm going to have to sell the stuff to buy the storage
okay.
unit.
And then keep selling
then
it
it
to
just
pay
keeps
for it.
like, it's just an awful
storage
rotating
units aren't
circle.
that
You know what I
expensive.
mean?
There's some that are like $10 for a month.
Oh, really? Well, maybe.
I think we should do
But
it.
it's like, but I like having it in my basement, because then that one time every 3 months where I just get hit, and it's like, shit, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna read all my comic books, and I do, and I spend literally my entire day off. I'm just like, oh, cool, I haven't read this one in a while, so I just go through and I read that. Oh, I haven't read this one at all. I'm just gonna go through and read that. I spend a whole day reading comics, and it's awesome, and I love it, and I'm like, this is why I want to get back into it. And so it's like I still use that collection. The same with movies. Like I'll have a day where I just watch movies all day. I'm like, oh, this is a really awesome collection. I have a day where I listen to vinyl all the time. You know what I mean? And like where I look at my pop figures and I dust them off and I clean them and like look at them. You know, whatever. And it's like all these collections.
I could
are
just
awesome.
see you with like a little maid apron.
Oh yeah, dude. I
And
do.
a little
Dude. I have all the
Think of, like,
cleavage showing. It's so nice.
Nanny from like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like all this stuff is so cool, and like having the video game collection and seeing like dude, do you remember when I sent you that picture of all those PS4 games that I had?
Yeah.
And I literally had like
Oh,
every
there's probably,
PS4
like,
ever.
2 there,
And there's
and
maybe
cobwebs.
this many left.
That's
And
terrible.
it used to be like probably closer to this many. Is now down to
Watch
this.
Dogs.
I had
got
that with an
Watch Dogs?
Xbox One
I don't have
collection
Watch
and
Dogs
then
anymore.
The Purge.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. And you just go through it, and but it's like I look at it, and like same with the movies. I'm like, when have I ever watched this? When will I ever watch it? Some of the movies that I sold were still wrapped in cellophane. Where I just bought the movie, I'm like, oh, I'll watch this one day. Never watched it. I had so many of the movies that I sold.
right when I buy a movie.
Yep.
Watch it.
And so, and that's the thing, and I can't do that. And I would buy so many at a time because like Black
I'd
Friday
never
and deals
buy
stuff,
movies.
and I'd never watch it.
I actually have a subscription of Family Video. You know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Family Video.
So
Shout out to Family
I
Video.
highly
Thanks for
recommend
sponsoring
it.
this
You
video.
don't have to. You have the largest video collection in the world right at your fingertips, right there.
Nice.
Family Video.
And videos.
Or you can go to the library and just get it for free.
That's true too.
The library.
The library.
So yeah, that's just kind of thing is like that's why I call it the collecting curse, because it's like I go through all these emotions, I go through all this stuff, like these ups and downs and lefts and rights and everything with it.
You know,
and I'm
that's
just like, why?
You know-
like why do I do this to myself?
I'm sorry,
Go
real
ahead.
quick. I know this is not on the topic that we're talking about, but one day we really do need to talk about old rental places
Yeah, for sure.
like Blockbuster.
A standalone
and things
video.
like that.
Yeah, that'd be
100%.
good.
I could go on and on
Dude,
about
so
it.
could I, man. About Blockbuster, especially, I had one right down the street from my house that I would walk to. That's how I got my exercise.
All right, here we
God,
go.
so good. But
All right,
but
no,
not
next
here, not
week,
here.
next week,
Yeah,
next
no,
week.
Yeah,
we'll
it's gotta
say-
be its own standalone thing.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
save it. But yeah, so I don't know. Any other thoughts on like collecting and like that's like why I chose the wording like collecting curse, because it's like it really is like I feel like curse that it's like why do I care so much about this? Like I always say, all my other friends don't care. Like they
Yeah.
think it's so crazy that I want to have all these comic books and that I want to take up all this and I want
understand.
just stuff. I want all this stuff and I want these figures and I want like all the Lego Dimensions and all the Amiibos and all the Disney Infinity figures and like all the Zelda figures and all the World Nintendo figures and all these games
See,
and all this
we don't
shit.
have that. We don't have that problem. So like, I think you're kind of just alone in that one.
You're a loner.
You collect.
I have the problem so bad, and I can't
Don't even
help
tell
myself.
me. Yeah,
But
I
see,
was
like, I'm
you're
like the
crazy.
kind of
collect
dude
World and Nintendo
where I would
figures,
eat
that's it.
bread I would buy one loaf of bread and just eat that for the week straight just to save up my money so I could get whatever I want. Like that's who I am down in like the.
Wait, is that
second
really?
world.
Did that really happen?
No.
Not like literally, but like I
But,
can just
like,
live
you were
on
close.
nothing
Yeah, so that you
to
had
make sure
the
I can
money
get
to buy
what I
you
want
wanted.
or need like.
And I'm not like that. I have to, Chipotle every night.
See, never. I never eat out like any stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, yeah.
All that. Like I keep.
But like, tell me
money
about like
tight.
the cellophane collection that you have.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, like
But
these
here's
are
why.
games you
This
buy.
is why I'm okay with it because I'm a person
And this
who
is
buys.
this is
on
called
deals.
justification.
Yes.
And this is what the real problem
Just
is.
cause.
Where you make it
cause.
feel okay to yourself.
It's
And
100%
that's
okay,
not
and
all
I'll
right.
explain to you why. Because
Intervention.
the cellophane collection happens because I get it all at a very cheap price, okay? When it goes on sale, then we got Gamers Club Unlocked, so it's like a cheap game. Oh, 20% off on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. You hit this promotion with another. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'll probably play that one day. And then the thing is, if I don't play it one day, I can definitely break even. You're talking about your Blu-ray collection where you're just like, selling it kind of for a loss. My stuff I feel like never sells for a
Dude,
loss.
I remember walking into like your house and you had like all those games and stuff like that just stacked like in the
I know.
cellophane
It
stuff.
still is like
It's,
that.
you're right. That
It's so
hasn't
bad.
changed.
It's like fish posters. Like I collect the fish posters with my dad from all the concerts. Some of the stuff on our walls, like this poster's worth $500. We got it for $50. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not going out there and just like, oh, I want this, this, and this, and I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna like
You do
self-control to
strategically.
when it goes on sale. And when it goes on sale, yeah, I can definitely afford this. It's in my
But
collection
you're one of
now.
those guys where like if you see a good deal, you're gonna buy it. You can't like be
Most
like,
likely,
no.
kind of. But it's not like, oh, that's
That's
a cheap
what
TV. I'm gonna get 10 TVs. You know what I mean?
Brutal-
Brutal,
he's
he
a little
just
bit
bought
different.
Brutal Legend on PC.
$2 for PC Brutal Legends. I'm like, yeah, I'll play that.
That's always
$2.
been like that price.
Let's
That-
come back. We'll come
that's
back to this
MSRP.
in like 2 months and say, hey, how was Brutal
Jack
Legends?
Black.
And
Exactly.
I
And
bet
here's-
it's gonna be. I
And let me
haven't
tell
played
you
it
this.
yet.
Here's this. I could have bought the collection with the CD for $1 more, and I was like, no, I don't even need the CD. So there's definitely restraint there.
A
So
little
like,
bit of self-control.
Oh,
That's good
yeah,
to hear.
$1 and I get all these songs. It's like I don't need those songs. It's like I just want to experience this game. It has great reviews. Blah blah blah. I'll probably play it one day.
It was a good game. It really is a good game.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
I had
you.
it for the Xbox.
But are
360.
you? But the question then becomes: are you ever gonna play it?
And I bought Alien Isolation that day too.
That's a
PC.
good movie.
That's a
Or
good,
good
good,
game.
game. That's a
It was
good game.
$10. Every spec of DLC, all that kind of stuff was on there. I was like, yeah, for $10, I'll put on the backlog. It's on PC.
I mean,
was talking about how
$10. I
wanted
mean,
to
I
do it.
wipe my ass with $10.
That's what I'm
Do
saying.
you? Well,
Sometimes.
hit me up next time we take.
But
a
here's the
shit.
thing too: Amiibos and World of Nintendo definitely fall under that list of like
Yeah.
no self-restraint,
Right.
and it's only because
I-
they're rare.
I have self-restraint.
But like they're not even. Like
because I'm an
No,
adult.
yes,
so
they
many
are.
World of Nintendos aren't even rare. A lot of
Okay,
Amiibos anymore
that's
aren't even
different.
rare.
That was just like completing the collection. My brother wanted it. Okay, that was cool. I love to go out and find this stuff and just whatever. Which is why I'm gonna find Crota, the rare Destiny pop one when it finally
Dude,
comes
good
out.
luck. No
problem.
way.
Definitely get it. But like the Amiibos were the only. Well, actually, the whole reason we're all me and him are friends is because of Amiibos.
That's true.
Amiibos.
Amiibos. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Amiibos, this probably wouldn't
This,
even be happening
this production
right
wouldn't
now.
even be
Actually,
So
you
we
know
gotta
what?
thank the Amiibos.
So no, I need to blame the Amiibos.
I know for this.
Yeah,
because
I'm sorry.
you're now sitting
it's
here.
nonsense.
Yeah. But so the whole reason it's like I remember when it all came out, Zach was like, hey, he went to Walmart before they were released and Walmart had them. You know, like a shit ton of Marth Villagers, all that kind of stuff. And he's like, he started buying them. And I was like, I don't need these. They're going to be everywhere, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then
He
a
was
week
excited
later.
about him, dude.
Yeah. But then a week
So
later,
was
it's
I, man.
like,
I could not
hey,
wait
I
for
can't
them.
find Marth. I can't find Villager. I can't find Wii Fit Trainer. Then, you know, on Reddit and the internet, it's like these things are vapor. Like they're rare. And then right there's where it clicks.
Vapor wave.
Vaporwave. And then it clicks. I need them because they're rare.
Yeah,
And that's
you
what
see? And
spiraled
Nintendo knew that would happen with everybody, and it happened
Okay.
with me. It tricked me.
And so that's what happened. The first two waves of Amiibo, I was riding that wave of the rare
Yeah.
ones, whatever, getting
sure,
them all.
You sure were.
And the next thing you know, they were saturated in the stores. And I was like, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
I dropped
the
off.
the hunt. That's what they like. Nintendo knew they gotcha.
But once they populated the shelves, I was
And
just
then
like,
they
I'm
were
out.
like-
But now ask him because they're rare again.
Now, so I don't know what.
They're rare
I was just
again.
like reading
Let
some
the hunt
forums on
begin.
some. Yeah, I was reading some forums on some site, and it's like, hey, Guardian's now $60. I was like, no, it's not, because I remember looking at these in Toys R Us
Did
and
you
just
own
being
it?
like,
You have a Guardian?
no. But I remember looking at them with
Dude,
Zach and
there's
just being like,
it's so funny that you say that because there's literally a Guardian just sitting on the desk of one of my coworkers.
yeah.
at-
It's not like I need it, but if I see one, I'll probably buy it. But I remember, okay, Best Buy had them 20% off, blah, blah. That's a good price. I'm going to Toys R Us with Zach. Like, yeah, I want these, but they're definitely going to hit the clearance bin or something, and I'll pick them
Yeah.
up then. Next thing you know, bam, they're back up in price. Instantly switches back. Need them all.
Oh.
So you know what I mean?
They got you,
Ocarina
man.
of Time, 30-year, or not,
They
but
got
the
you.
30
30th
years.
anniversary.
Zelda, those things are worth like $60, $70, all that kind of stuff, and it's just like back in the game. And then that's how it happens.
think-
Then it's like that bug. Just get you ready again.
The
that
Destiny
curse.
Pops. So Destiny is releasing figures and pops. Went to GameStop. $5 on everything, please.
Yeah,
like
okay.
70
Oh,
bucks
something
for a
else I
girl.
collected
So
for a little
that-
while: the Spartan action figures,
Oh, the Halo ones.
Halo ones. Yeah,
You got to bring those in.
Yeah.
Live actions.
live
So-
actions, dude.
So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with collecting and the collecting curse and the collecting bug.
Now, I'm gonna
but, like,
say it is
It's
like
just interesting.
that.
Like why does that happen? Like why do we do that?
No, it's
What's
like
the
human
psyche? Like
No, it's
like
definitely-
dissect that for me real quick.
No, that's a different show because I'd love to get into that. With like, so
All right,
much
that'll
other
be
stuff.
that'll be
Like
the,
this thing right here. Fucking.
but it was $20 when I got it.
That's not bad.
So it's like cool. Why not get it for $20 when it used to be like
that's the price
70 or
of one
some
little
shit?
Kenner Star Wars figure now.
Can we zoom in on this right here?
Nah.
Just me holding this.
Maybe for the thumbnail. And then I want to run through these real quick too. Unless do you guys anybody have anything to say about the that topic anymore?
Give us a thesis.
Pretty much, I think the moral of the story behind it is that if your friends are collecting it, and if your family's collecting it, just don't do it.
Okay, cool. What are your closing thoughts on that topic?
So, yeah.
Ditto.
Like the Pokemon?
Yeah, like the Pokemon.
All right.
No, seriously though, like just save your money.
That's the thing. Think of how much money I would have. Like I'm strapped for cash right now. I have maybe $12 in my bank account.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I'm not even kidding.
You're
It's like
that
this.
poor.
It's like this literally
That poor.
every week of my life. It is like this. Like I get paid on Friday, it's gonna be gone by Monday just because of like bills and stuff that I have to pay. And so I'm gonna have to stretch for 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to stretch $45 for 2 weeks.
That sucks,
I do it. That's
could do
that's
that
how
so
I
easily,
live.
though.
That's how I live my life. I like every week, and that's why I'm like
All right, we're gonna start a Patreon for
to help me
Felico here.
survive the
GoFundMe.
world. You know,
A GoFundMe.
But like yeah, so it's like that's how I've been living. I mean, and it's been like that for years and years and years. Now because of GameStop and I get paid so little there,
Shouts out to GameStop.
Right, shout out, thanks for watching this video. And so it's like I have to do that. And then before, when I was like working at the school or working at Red Lobster or something, when I'm getting like really good money, it's like, cool, I have all this money. I'm just gonna blow it on all these things that I like to collect and build the huge collections. And then I would have to strap.
I think that's when these
$45
bad
every 2
habits
weeks.
start.
I
is
think
in high
that's
school.
really bad.
I think that's when it starts because you have your parents that are
That you
there
can live
buying you
off
the
of
things,
and like all that, yeah.
and
And
then
it doesn't
you
like help you learn anything.
But then when you start to make your own money, you're like, oh well, screw my parents. I don't have to wait for them to buy me this stuff. I can just go out and buy it myself.
Yep.
And then and you have that security blanket still there because you're still living with your parents. You don't have to pay bills or anything like that. And that's when the habits start. So start early, and just
don't start early.
No, I'm saying start early with just not collecting anything at all.
That's good.
Just save your money.
Yeah.
If there's
Be like
something,
my other friends who don't collect anything.
yeah, just
and save your money.
See, I also don't see a point to that. You're at both polar extremes, and it's like, who cares? You need to find the middle ground where you're,
just find
That's what it's all
better
about.
yet.
What did Alan Wake
Okay,
teach
it's
us?
okay to collect stuff, right? It's okay to collect things.
Because then you're like,
I would say-
But find that one thing.
There you go. That's the other
collect.
thing. Find one thing. Like if I
still
didn't
think
play
that's
video games, or like I can
not
play
true.
video games and like whatever. But it's like if I didn't want the pop figures and I didn't want the Nintendo Power magazines and I didn't want all that. And it's like, say I really wanted to focus on comics, and I think, yeah, dude, comics are my life, and I just want to collect comic books.
Think about how much
that's
bigger that
fine.
collection would be, too.
Exactly, and like how much more fun it would be, like hunting that, and I'd be able to do that every week. It'd be great. Where it's like, forget the amiibos, forget the figures, forget the Lego, forget the Disney Infinity, forget the video games, forget all the movies, everything else, but it's just comic books. Then great, that's fine, and I could do that, and that would be sustainable, and I could do that. But it's when you add the comic books and the vinyl and the Blu-rays and the figures and the video games and the retro games,
It's
and you
important to be
add it all
well-rounded.
together, then it's like, well, crap, I have to put a little bit into the video game hobby, and I have to put a little bit into the comic books, and a little bit into the action figures.
What's wrong
maybe
with
once
that,
in the
though?
vinyl, stuff like that.
There's a lot wrong with that.
There's a lot wrong with that because then
every week you don't have to put into each one every week. is the
that's
thing.
totally true. But I don't have the self-control
Okay.
to not
That's
do
the
that.
second problem, then.
And that's the problem, and that's
All
what
right.
I'm saying
It's
the
the real
problem
problem
is.
right there.
Yeah, exactly. The
We
real
found
problem
the
is
problem,
that the
everybody,
self-control,
All right.
that self-control is really
I
tough.
think we
So-
cured him.
I'm definitely not cured. But who knows? I'll change in 2 weeks, like I always do. Just ask Maggie. She's always like, I say, oh yeah, I'm done with video
Does she
games.
like get annoyed with it too?
No, when I talk about it, she kind of does, but she doesn't get annoyed with like that I collect that I have all this random stuff. But it's like, I'll be like,
Dude,
oh yeah,
you're
like I'm
lucky,
done with
man.
video games.
I'll tell
What?
you right now, you're
what-
lucky.
Why? Because she doesn't care about my collecting.
Yeah, because majority of girls do.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, she collects too, so it's
You
like
could say,
it works.
hit the road, Jack. Sayonara.
But
Jacqueline.
it's like
Yeah, sorry,
exactly. Yeah,
Jacqueline.
Jackie, get out of here. But yeah, so it's like I forget what I was gonna say, so I'm gonna move on. The last thing I want to talk. So yeah, closing comments on this.
I don't know. Satisfy the hunger is what I'm gonna say.
Okay. And then we
You don't
already
have
got
to
yours.
satisfy the
Collect
hunger,
one
but you
thing.
don't have to indulge.
Sure. And mine
You
is collect
need
one thing
money
as
to live.
well. Exactly. I would
That's
say
my
now
final
this
words.
is what my new plan is. I remember what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is that I switch every 2 weeks between what I'm collecting, where I'm like I'll focus really hard on vinyl for 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh dude, vinyl is my passion. This is awesome. Then I focus on comic books. I'm like, oh dude, comic books is my passion. Much like I said earlier.
You
Then
are
it'll be
going to
video
die
games,
in
then it'll be
85
figures, and all that
or
stuff.
approximately 85 to 100 years, and none of it will be.
None of it will
gone.
matter at all. But
Yeah.
if I would have saved money for that 85 to 100 years, think of all the good I could do in the world. But
Exactly.
nope,
Still
I had to
wouldn't do it.
blow it on
No.
this piece of paper with Batman on it.
No, we'll get into this conversation on a separate show or something because I would love to dig deep into the actual
yeah.
this with like the moral and the psyche. and all
Yeah.
that. I'll
But
get
anyway,
deep.
so I want to throw this out real quick. This is from again, check out Supergen's the Supergen regular podcast where we
This is so
did Alex's
such a lower podcast.